Everybody in this room has something that's the most important thing in their life. And I'll tell you something. You have time for whatever is important. Let me tell you. I had a friend one time, he worked nights, and I would ask him to do certain things at church, and he just couldn't. He said, I don't have time, I'm tired, I work all day and all that. We were living in Kansas City at the time, and I said, he called up and said, hey, I heard you have an extra ticket to the playoffs with the Yankees and the Royals. Gee, you know I like baseball. I said, a Sunday night? You're always busy. You can never come out to stuff at church, and I didn't want to bother you. Well, no, wait a minute. We're not talking church here, we're talking baseball. I said, yeah, the Yankees at Royal Stadium. I go, yeah, he's a Yankee fan too. There were some of them out west. And I said, you want to go? Well, what about your family and stuff? Don't you have something planned? Oh, I don't know what I got planned, but forget it. It's off. I'm going. And so I agreed to take it. Funny how we have time for the things we have time for. And we can have very little money, but when we see something we really want, somehow we'll put it on a charge card. Don't worry about it. We'll pay it. We can do that. Well, today it's easy to put stuff on credit cards and stuff like that. And the message of our society is that possessions lead the way to a happy life. You're going to believe that. If you buy this thing, you'll be better off. You'll feel better about yourself. But you know what? If we're not careful, and this is the voice of experience, we get too wrapped up in things, and all of a sudden, God comes on the back burner. One thing I can say, and Carl, you can agree with me on this, with our house we have, a lot of things went wrong. We began to say, maybe this isn't the right house for us. And it's funny, once we said that, and our prayer was, we want God's will. Where should we live? We got to stay in town, a smaller house, then we'll do it. And we're at that point. And we're going to work on the art we want. I try to think maybe we're supposed to stand in the house. And once we said that, guess what happened? All of a sudden, everything fell into place. Because we put God first. You see, it's all right to have things. It's all right to have a nice car. It's all right to have a nice house and nice clothes. It's all right to have things as long as things don't have you. And I think you know what I'm talking about. If we're not careful, those things can dominate our life. And the last one, a disciple will share with others. That's what it's all about. And I'm not just talking about sharing money. Although, somehow in the last 30 years or so, society's kind of got goofed up a little bit. See, when I was a kid, I turned 18 and I left home. And I came back to an occasional visit to mom to make me a meal. But now, the rules have changed. I'm still paying all my kids and stuff. Why is that? Did anybody else in that boat? And why is it when now that, I thought once they grew up, then you start enjoying just being together as a couple. But I think we worry more going on our kids now. And I'm beginning to realize, though, that that's part of being a parent. And that we do worry about others, and we give. Because, again, as Luke 12:48 tells us, everyone to whom much is given to him will much be required. And I like this little saying I shared with my wife today, and I believe this is my motto anymore. Privilege obligates, and responsibility increases with prosperity. Let me say that again. Privilege obligates. When you have more and you're in a position of doing more, it's required. And responsibility does increase with prosperity. There's an old saying in the back of a classroom in a Marine Corps base. Shows Marine Corps graduation. The Marines are standing at attention. And on the bottom has these words, much has been given, now much is expected. Christian, you have been given something great. The gift of eternal life. The free gift of salvation. Don't say you never received the gift, because you have the gift of salvation. You know the way. You know the truth. But along with that gift of salvation, you don't hide a light where no one can see, but you let your light shine forth. As we approach Stewardship Sunday, you know what it's about? It's about letting your light shine. It's about giving of yourself. Pray what you should give monetarily. That'll just happen. God will meet them. God knows the needs of His church, and that's going to happen.